One more perspective we're going to get just in a minute is from a Northbridge volunteer. So we have the alliance thing I'm talking about with the social leaders and the volunteers who have the skills to meet some of those needs. So let's talk about volunteering with Northbridge for just a minute, 5 or 6 minutes, and then we'll be done. Volunteers who enjoy working with Northbridge are technologists who are motivated by social causes, enjoy dynamic teamwork with a be as big as you want to be kind of mentality, enjoy free flow of information and relationship between users and themselves, and enjoy orderly, but not oppressive, structure and methodology. This is the Northbridge culture, and when it gets down to the business of creating, testing, and deploying good software, we look to the Agile tradition. Lou, could you come up here? Lou is a buddy of mine from US Bank. Lou's a certified Scrum Master and knows a lot about Agile. What Northbridge had was the challenge of figuring out how to actualize our volunteer talent, organize it, and do something. And Lou's been invaluable in helping us carve some of that stuff out. So Lou's going to talk just 3 or 4 minutes about his work with Northbridge.
Sure. So why do I volunteer at Northbridge? I work at US Bank. From day one, they give 1 business day to go volunteer somewhere in the community. I've been there about 5 years, so I get 2 days to volunteer. So what have I done? I like working with my hands, construction. I've put up drywall. In that, putting up the drywall, it helped 1 family. So I went out there, hang the drywall, helped create a house, but at the end result was helping the 1 family. Okay, so what else have I done? I have also then worked at a food pantry where we package food that got distributed. Again, 8 hours spent there. It helped more than 1 family this time. You know, we don't know how many, but at least a handful or whatever. So then when the opportunity came along for helping out Kathy at Northbridge, so I said, okay, I'm very computer savvy. I know agility. Let me see what I could help out here. So helping out Northbridge, how does that help? So Northbridge helps other organizations like Rory's. So that was 1 organization. But once we have the Nexus project in place, there could be other organization that's bought in, and that could grow exponentially. And those organizations help other families, and that then could also grow exponentially. So by me working as a technologist at Northbridge, I could help a lot of people who I may not have the ability to meet, but I'm helping a lot more people than I would just hanging drywall or packing food. So that's one reason I help out Northbridge. And the other reason is also personal, career growth. When I joined Kathy about almost a year now, right? We were just starting the Nexus project. And we knew that we wanted to start agility. What is agility? It's a collaborative, iterative, incremental development methodology that is taken over in the last decade or so. With that, I had an opportunity to work with Kathy to kind of put in the framework to implement Agile at Northbridge. That kind of opportunity I would not get at US Bank or any other company that would already have such a framework in place already. So what is agility? So it's interaction and individuals over process and tools. So what does that mean? You have a team, you work with your team. You don't have to worry about following a process. You just get the work done. You sit down, code, and get the work done. The other thing is having a working software over documentation. Other methodology, you have to have a requirements document, a design document, testing document, and that takes time. What Agile does is throws all that away, and your documentation is your working software. The other thing is that it's customer cooperation over contract negotiation. So a lot of times what happens is companies will spend a lot of time creating contracts versus, hey, let's take that time and just write the code and get something out the door as soon as possible. So the last thing is change. You change as new things come about. You're adaptive over following a plan. So maybe in this sprint you worked on something and you learned. In the next sprint you'll change that process instead of you follow the process where, okay, first you do a requirements document, then you do this. No, you keep on changing that as you develop the product. So that, in a nutshell, is an Agile in a couple minutes. So what have we done at Northbridge about Agile? So what Agile is, you have a team, you have one Scrum Master, you have the product owner, and then you have the team. And then there's a backlog with all the stuff that lists what we want to accomplish. And a true Agile, you have stand-ups that are weekly, but Northbridge being a full, run on a full volunteer basis, we've kind of cut that down to like 3 days in a week. We meet for 15 minutes, we talk about our stories we're working on in that sprint. So that's what we've implemented at Northbridge. All right, that's it. Kathy?
Thank you, Lou. Yeah, so we kind of took what Scrum does and adapted it to what Northbridge does. And the major takeaway is volunteering at Northbridge feels like working on a team. The accountability is at the team level, and we work from a backlog, and it's just a really dynamic, fun experience. So really, we're done tonight. I thank you for your outstanding attention. If you are interested in learning more about Northbridge, there is a form on our website that you can fill out. You could also just come talk to me tonight or talk to Lou. Please do consider following us and tapping us into your networks using your social media networks. And please, if you would, consider a donation, at least to cover the cost of my parking tonight. That would be great. I would love to come back this time next year and have something that the Chicago chapter of ACM, the Chicago ACM chapter has built through Northbridge for our partners, that we can maybe do a demonstration this time next year about something that we've actually built. Thank you for your attention. You were a great audience tonight. Blessings. Good night. Thank you, Rory. Thank you, Lou.